Welcome to another exciting edition of Faulkner Fixes All, or in this case, Faulkner Follows Through. We cleaned the living heck out of this rim, and it's not great. We're going to just see if it seals. We have nothing to lose. I'll show you the good bead, which is this back side. It's pretty good. That's not bad. Surprisingly, it's always the back beads that's the worst when it's on the vehicle, or for some reason, in my opinion. And the front bead is always the worst, but in this one, it's pretty bad. I cleaned as much as I could off, but the sealing surface, which is right here, is decent, but it just looks bad. I mean, it's not bad where the business end of this is, but the outer part is pretty pitted. That's very poor. But this inner part that does all the sealing is marginal. So, hey, you know what? We're going to go for it. So I'm going to put you on head cam here, so you can see what I see. And hopefully this will be a good angle. I think I solved the lighting issue yesterday by opening this other door so we can get some actual light in here. So I think I solved that issue, but we'll see. Anyway, let's carry on. We're going to put this in. And should be pretty good to do that. Just give it a little spritz of some of your favorite protectant for rubber, name brand. Put this through. Put your 1930s cap puller on here, which is really old. And then put something on the rim so you don't chip it, like your hat, and pull up. There we go. Wouldn't want to chip that fine, immaculate finish on there. Okay, it's handy to have one of these. You don't need them. You can grab this with a pair of pliers, but it kind of messes up the threads. And then I always kind of like, just make sure that's really in there. Check the back a little bit. Make sure that hole is really clean. It looks pretty good. Okay, it's nice to have a new stem in there. I mean, if nothing else, at least you got a new stem, right? Anyway, so I don't know if this is going to seal. We're going to put it on, and we're going to put some soapy water around it once there's 35 psi in it. And we're going to wait a good, 3 or 4 hours and just look at it and make sure it's not bubbling up. Like I say, this bead here is pretty bad on the outside of that, but the sealing part is decent. All right, so let's bring it on over to my world's most expensive tire machine here. You may be wondering what all this is about, what these 5 things are about. That's to do wide 5 VW wheels. There was a shop in town that just couldn't get it together, and they just couldn't deal with VW tires, and they couldn't deal with anything related to wide 5 VW, so that's why I bought this, but that's another story. Okay, yeah, let's get the tire and put it on there. Quit yakking. More work. Okay. Really hoping this is angled right. Let's just make sure real quick. We were really gyrating on this thing the other day. It's just held in with lag bolts to this concrete. So, yeah, we were really putting some oomph on it yesterday. Okay, so here goes nothing. All right. Put a little spritz of your favorite protectant, name brand. And if everything's good, sometimes you can just push this on like that. Okay. Some more of your no-name favorite brand Armor All rubber protectant. Kind of helps get stuff on there, you know. It helps. Okay, so we're gonna put this on. And it's not cooperating, of course. Okay, the tool they have for this machine, it comes with this, and this is absolutely useless. This end does something for taking them off, but if you're in the tire industry and you look at that, you would probably say, what does that possibly do? It doesn't do anything. It's absolutely useless. So there, if you do buy a cheap tire machine, make sure that that is different. Okay. All right, so let's work our way around here. Try not to pinch the bead too much. Don't pinch the sealing area too much. You'll be sorry. Avoid the valve stem. Yeah, I should have a spoon bill for this, but you know what? I don't have one. That's what I got. I'm just being careful. Okay, and the rest of the way I'll just whack it with a rubber mallet. It'll pop right in. Yep. There we go. All right, we're going to pump it up. We're going to pump it up. You could take the valve stem core out if you wanted to at this point, but I don't see a need for it. It'll pop right on there with all that fresh tire protectant and clean surfaces. Should hear a pow, a bang. 1, 2. Okay. Look at that. 1, 2. All right, let's see what we got in there. A Schwinn? Schwinn approved? Oh, absolutely unacceptable. No, we need more. I think we'll put like 35 in it, wipe it off, put it out in the sun, and pour some soapy water on it. And just let it sit for a few hours before I balance it. We could balance it now, I don't know. I just don't want to balance it and have to put a tube in it, you know what I mean? Okay, there is... No, that's only 30. Let's put 5 more pounds in it. Boom! 10-year-old tire explodes. Yeah, I think we got 35 now. Well, that's 38. We'll let a few pounds out. Okay, I think we're good. So, Let's take this off and go out in this kind of brighter light. And we'll, let's put this cap on. Hey, you know what? It's always good to check these. Even though it's brand new, you know, somebody at the factory could be having an off day, like a Monday, or, you know, it was it was National Bare Minimum Monday or something. Just make sure you check that. You know, you don't want any issues. Okay, it looks like we got a spare. All right, pop this off. And before we balance it, I think we're going to do a little soapy water check. Probably right on the back here. Oh, actually on the front, because the front, it was where all the pitting was. And yeah, white letters in. It's just kind of how I roll. We don't like white letters. Okay, yeah, this tire's old. Okay, so this bead was the one in question. This is the rustiest